Alright, so we just got done putting the subframe inside of Russell's Supra, and it's not that late yet. It's pretty late, but there's a little bit of time, so we're going to pull the plugs on that S14 and just inspect them, see if it's been running rich, running lean, and what they look like, see if there's any obvious issues after inspecting the plugs. But if not, we might spool the injectors, maybe not tonight, but eventually have them cleaned and stuff, drain the tank, put 93 in it instead, because what we're thinking is that the injectors are not made for E85, and this car has been running on E85, so they might be gumped up. But first things first, pulling the coil packs off and inspecting the plugs, get an idea of the health of the engine, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, what he said.
It's definitely running on all 6, so I don't think it's an ignition issue. This one's covered in oil.
The plug?
The whole wire.
Nice.
So we started taking out the plugs. This is one of the old ones. Kind of dirty, kind of gunked up. And then Russell decided to pull the plugs out of his engine that hasn't run yet, so it's brand new. That's what a brand new plug looks like when it's all clean and working. This one isn't terrible. It should definitely still function. And it's not the whole problem, but replacing it with these will definitely help. But it also does look a little burnt, like maybe the car is running lean, which does make sense. Because when it hits boost, the AFR does go super lean, so not great. We also found a vacuum leak on the top of the intake. There's a little plastic line that goes from one side to the other on the top of the valve cover that kind of just keeps the crankcase pressure even. The rubber line was broke on the side. It was leaking oil everywhere and probably causing a vacuum leak, so that's also not right and will help this thing run a little better. Again, probably not the entire issue because a lot of it we think is fuel related, but still something that we're going to replace. Isn't that right, Russell?
Yes, sir.
Now get back to work.
All right, my plan of attack is to unconnect all the connectors. I really do not want to have to take the intake plenum off, so I'm gonna get the connectors off and see if I can just remove the rail just to send the injectors off. But I have a feeling that the best way of doing this would be to remove the intake so I have full access to the injector rail, because I know whenever you install injectors, you have to really make sure they're in there and click in on the fresh O-ring. So yeah, my biggest goal right now is just to remove them and get them sent off. So yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna mark these really quick so I don't lose place of it. All right, so my original plan of attack was to not take the intake plenum off, but based off where the fuel rail mounts on this, I'm gonna have to. No big deal, I just have to disconnect this main fuel line before doing so. I like how the bottom side is painted black, but the top side is not. Probably because it got so hot it blew the paint right off. So far, so good. This goes to the fuel pressure regulator. This is how he has everything mocked up. My opinion, just go aftermarket. It would make this look simple, even though this is a sought after intake manifold. But yeah, brake booster. This goes to the bluff valve. That's why it's cut, just because it was easy to remove it versus that. Good thing I removed the intake, because now I have more to do. See how they did this? I mean, I understand this. I also don't at the same time. Like, why even bother when you could just go with that plug to this? Because either way, you're gonna have to remove the intake manifold to do this, and it wasn't fun. All right, time to finally remove this fuel rail. All that for this. Oh, dude, that fuel rail, that was super loose. Oh, look at that. The bracket itself is also loose on the rail. Well, that's what happens over time. I'll give this guy who built this thing grace, because this is hard to do. The brackets that hold the fuel rail on are just floating. So that's cool. It's got a drift motion rail kit, so that's cool. All right, you're looking at the key differences of a GTE non-VVTi versus a GE non-VVTi. The GE non-VVTis have a distributor, and they also don't have the cam pickup sensors on the intake side. The VVTi heads that are non-turbo and turbo have the cam sensors on the intake side, because the intake cam's here. It needs a way to pick up a cam signal, and that's how it does it. There's lobes on the cam. But anyway, that is the most expensive part about turboing a non-turbo 2JZ, because there's a bunch of different variations. I really don't want to go into it. If you want to watch a video about the differences, RadDan does a video going over everything at Rad Industries. So shout out to RadDan. Dan Burkett's a really good dude. I literally DM'd him questions and he actually replies. He's not stuck up or anything. Really wholesome guy. I like dudes like that that are just well-grounded, and you know, they're doing it for the game. Like this game's fun, you know, and he loves these engines, and again, it's ultimately an inspiration of why I even want to make content like this, because you know, guys like him. So shout out Dan. I'm up to a conclusion on the S14 on what is causing the issues it's having, and I'll show you some photos of it. So as you've seen, I just got elbow deep in the gas tank. I put my borescope in there, which is a little camera thing that I could kind of get in there and see what is the condition of the gas tank. Anyway, this is what I found. All right, so this is a photo of things that were floating in the tank. Like that's just in the E85, just floating around. This is at the bottom of the tank. Here's the filter, all black. So my conclusion is that the injectors pretty much got dirtied up from literal dirt in the tank, not from the E85. I think we're still wanting to put 93 in it, but if the E85 wasn't causing the issues, I don't see any issues with not running E85 in it. So maybe that's something we could do, but I just sent off the injectors. We will get a test result here soon. Maybe we'll be able to see if the injectors were dirty or clogged. So I guess I will let you guys know whenever I do get the injectors back, and I'll pick up from here. All right, so we just received the injectors from Injector Clinic. Ironically, these are not Injector Clinic injectors. Injector Clinic injectors were once in the car, but not these injectors specifically. No big deal, but they still service them for us and clean them. I'll show you the test results of them. I will say the injectors were not spraying consistently. They are spraying more consistent than ever. But again, we came to the conclusion that the injectors are not the issue and the gas tank is just full of dirt, and that is the leading issue. I think we're having a fuel starvation issue. So what I'm gonna do is clean out the gas tank, get all the debris and the gas that's in the tank out of it. I'm gonna change the in-tank fuel pump filter on the filter, or on the fuel pump itself. And then I'm gonna check the inline filter and see if that's clogged too, because simply a fuel starvation issue on that car could be giving us the issues we're having with the car. So my goal is to get this Mustang out of here, get these injectors and intake and charge pipes all installed on the car and be able to check everything, and then pull the S14 in the shop and diagnose the fuel tank and whatnot. So by the end of this video, this car should be fixed and we should be able to drive it. So let's shoot for it. Pray that we are all good. We're gonna find out right now. Nope, no fuel leaks there. That's a good thing. No fuel leaks here. That's another good thing. We're off to a good start. That needs a different hose. You see how it's suctioning it like that? I'm gonna replace that. I don't like that at all. Double check the spark plug wires because it's a terrible design on the coil. That's why I just slapped them on quickly, so I'm not going back and forth, taking them on and off. So let's see what I can do here. All right, I got the 240 running. I got it in the shop. It is misfiring. I think it's a spark plug wire. Honestly, I didn't really click it down hard enough, but I just threw them on there to get them in here. Anyway, along the way, I noticed power steering was gone. It wasn't like that before, but the hose from the canister that I was telling you that broke, not necessarily broke, but just is poorly mounted, is collapsing in on itself. It's like a it's like a weak hose. It's honestly the wrong hose to be in on this setup. Anyway, so I'm gonna replace that hose and top off the power steering right there and fix this misfire. At first it didn't want to start, and I'm like, that's weird. I'm pretty sure, I triple checked everything before you turn the key. Anyway, the cam sensor, there's two of them on the GT head on this one, and I put the cam sensor on the far one, thinking that would work, but I put it on the close one because that's where it was, and that's where it's tuned to. So, all right, let's try one more time to see if it'll misfire on this startup. All right, hopefully this won't misfire. So the S14 has been kicking my ass all day and stressing me out. There's a few things I had issues with, so the 5th cylinder was misfiring after I got it all back together, and the pigtail that goes from the main harness to the injector, that was broken, so I had to repin that. But to get to the repinning process, I had to diagnose the misfire. I was swapping coils and whatnot. I was on the way to swap the injectors because I was like, who knows, maybe I got bad injectors back from the injector company, which I highly doubt, but you know, if I'm diagnosing it, you gotta diagnose it. So what I was gonna do is swap the injectors, and then I came across this issue. So hopefully this is what's wrong with it, because I'm feeling defeated and I don't like this feeling. I can't believe mechanics do this. We're like, I'm gonna do this again, because this is terrifying and it's not fun, but it will be fun when it runs good. So, all right, 4th time's a charm. Just repinned the 5th cylinder, double checked everything, tightened everything. Now I'm gonna turn it over and please Jesus, not misfire. Oh, it's not misfiring. Let's go. Let's go. Sweet. This is what a JZ should sound like. Woo! Finally. All right, now we have to diagnose the fuel system. Oh my goodness. For a little bit there, I was like, I literally double checked everything. I double checked the coil, injectors. Anyway, the issue was that I'm dumb and there's some brittle wires already on this new harness. So it is what it is. At least I got it not misfiring anymore. So this thing has new plugs, clean injectors. Now it's time to check out this fuel system. Hopefully the fuel filter is not dirty, but I know the fuel filter for sure in the gas tank is dirty. So we're gonna siphon out that tank, and I'll just time lapse now. All right, so I just removed the fuel filter on this thing, and look how dirty it is. Don't mind my fingers, but look at all the rust and stuff in there. So we're gonna order a new one of these. Actually, I really did like this, like quick connect fuel filter housing. Check this out. Is the light down here? Dude, I'm gonna get this for my car. Look at that, dude. That's a sweet quick connect fuel filter. So yeah, a lot of rusty debris in it. A lot of dirt in the tank, so we got it all cleaned up for the most part. Yeah, not the worst, but not the best. Like I said, the outside, it really is the dirtiest, and like I said, you can see the debris. All right, we finally got the parts in for the fuel system. We can finally get this car out of my hair. So the few things I have to do to it is install the catch can, put the sock on the bottom of the fuel pump, and then replace the fuel filter, which I will show you right here. All right, so this is the old fuel filter. Look how rusty it is in the filter. E85 does this to a fuel system, and this is why we're just going on pump gas. I was gonna put E85 on it since I found out that's really not the issue, but it ultimately is the issue, because if it keeps corroding and causing this, because E85 is high maintenance, and really this isn't a race car, 93 octane is pretty good, but this is the before and after. This is literally a brand new filter, and this is the one that's, honestly, I don't even think has more than 5,000 miles on it. That's kind of why E85 is just a no-go on this car. But let's put this thing in. But first, let's put that fuel sock in the tank, button up the tank back here, then I'll jack it up, clean the car, then we're gonna go on a test drive.
The lines are empty though, so it might take a minute for fuel to get to the front. Let me get back here and listen. I do not hear anything.
There's a connector on disconnected though. I wonder if I just didn't connect that in there. Because there might have been 2 connectors on the hanger. Yeah, there is. I'm feeling it. Oh yeah. I don't know how I feel about electric connectors that have gas inside of them. That's safe.
You know, you're not asking the right guy. I'm not a chemical or mechanical engineer, so.
I think that was our issue.
Yeah, completely unplugged connector? Probably.
I think that was it.
All right, I'm about to finally see if this starts. Hey, the fuel pump's working. Give it a sec. I'm gonna use my phone. Air fuel ratio is okay. Oil pressure is okay. I don't know how that's reading 100. There's no way. Water temp, super cold. Got the dashboard up here, looking fine. Figured out the fuel pump finally, which is good. Now it's running. We're gonna test drive it and see if we fixed it. If not, it probably needs a tune.
Buckle up, cuh.
I'm buckled up, cuh. Hey, it runs. You got your phone and your wallet?
Yep.
Whatever's on the seat, I put in the back. Did you shut it off?
I just did this.
Dude, what the fuck? That's the washer stock. Dude, what the hell?
I guess it's probably a safety feature.
I don't know. Why is the
You have to wire that in for that to be like that.
Yeah, why is the windshield wash? That's a kill switch.
Gotta be. That's kind of cool.
Or it's just fucked up.
I kind of want to clean the windshield.
The windshield washer stock.
That's what I tried to do. Is
do the wipers not work?
No.
Oh yeah, because you just tried to do that.
Yeah.
And the windshield's all wet. So currently what we're dealing with is when he tried to use the windshield wipers, the wiper stock shuts the car off. And we just washed it, so the windshield's all wet. Dude, that's crazy. Why is that like that?
It's kind of cool.
Kind of cool, but you don't have any wipers, I guess.
Not gonna
That's incredible. That is like that. And there's no neutral safety switch on the clutch, which is cool. Although my Prelude doesn't have that either. It should have from factory, but it no longer does. It would be a really cool thing to mess with your friends though. If you were to own this car and you took them on test rides and let other people drive it, you could sit passenger and mess with them and just turn the car off while they're driving. That's awesome. You're good over here, brother.
Comfortable in it.
Alright. Get comfy. It is driving, so it is no worse than it was before, which is a plus. It was at 10, which is fine.
You know what's insane?
What?
It didn't break up.
I know. Try it again. I'm looking at the AFR.
That ass is. That was cool.
Just roll into it.
I know.
See what happens.
I don't know what that was.
11.5. Literally perfect. Oh shit. Is that the brakes?
I don't know what that was.
I think these rotors are warped.
That was weird.
The brake rotors are definitely warped. This thing just shook itself to death when you hit the brakes. It didn't break up though. That's a plus.
That's weird. I don't like that.
What's weird?
That vibration.
You were on the brakes though, right? Or did you feel it before that?
No, whenever it was shaking. That was like aggressive.
I know, but you were braking when it was shaking, right?
Yeah, but I just brake there the same.
But not as fast. It would happen more aggressively at higher speeds if they're warped. You wouldn't really feel it at lower speeds.
That was weird. I've never experienced that. I've felt warped rotors, and that's crazy. It did not break up though.
It did not break up.
That was scary, kind of. Not really.
It hit boost. It is
I was kind of like expecting it to not work.
Well,
and then the brakes kind of got me scared. There, I was like,
here's the thing. Yeah, the brakes definitely need to get looked at. But I was watching the AFR, not our speed or the car in front of us. That car that's in front of us was like 300 yards ahead when you started that pole, which lasted about 3 seconds. And I looked over from the AFR and we were passing them. I was like, holy shit, we caught up to them really fast. But there's no speedo, so I don't know how fast we were going. Yeah, we should put that on. I bet it's pretty easy to do. I bet it just connects on the back side. But dude, it didn't break up.
That's pretty cool.
You fixed the thing.
I did fix it. It's almost like I've studied this engine platform for years.
Yeah, it's almost like he's built an entire 2J and knows how they should work.
That braking was scary though.
I'm super excited it didn't break up. The braking, yes, terrifying.
I'm gonna slam on the brakes real quick.
All right. Oh,
No,
you locked them
that
up.
had to have been suspension. That had to be suspension.
Like wheel hop or something? Holy shit. This thing fucking, oh my God, it flies. Oh my goodness. And yeah, the AFR was fine.
I like how you're geeking and I'm like really paying attention
Well, you're
to
the one driving, so you need to focus, but I'm geeking out because that's crazy. This car works now. It felt to me like warped rotors, but that was more aggressive than any warped rotor sensation I've ever felt. Here, let me get the flashlight.
All right, let's look under it. That vibration was like, that was scary.
That was bad. Luckily, the fuel lines aren't leaking up here.
I don't see anything crazy. That vibration though was nuts. It almost felt like the top hats were loose or something. Like or like the lower control arms are just not bolted all the way. So I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Yo, what up? Hey, I got some good news and I got some like kind of bad news. I drove the car. It didn't. I drove the car. It did not break up. But we did our first pull under full boost and it didn't break up. And then I hit the brakes. Dude, I'm telling you, I had the most aggressive like steering wheel vibration I've ever felt on a car. I mean, I don't know if it was the brakes or the suspension, dude. Like that's how bad it was. I was like, holy shit. And then I locked it up again and it actually locked them up and slid and didn't do it. And I don't know if it was like a high speed thing. I don't know if this thing just needs an alignment or something to where.
Yeah, it could.
Well, I don't know how fast we're going. I mean, we were probably going fast.
Did it break up in second and third gear?
It didn't break up anywhere. It hit boost and everything.
Yeah, but this is on 93 though.
Pulling hard?
Yeah, I was pulling hard. Jake was geeking the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, did it feel good?
It felt great. It's on 93 now. That might be part of the fix, but that new fuel filter was...
When the fuck did you guys put the car on 93?
Now?
When we filled it back up after doing the pump and stuff.
Oh, brother, you should have left it on E85.
No, dude, the E85 is the reason why it's getting clogged up.
Are you filling up with gas now?
Yeah, I guess so. I need to move it because it's on the other side.
I won't do it again, I promise. It would be a really cool thing to mess with your friends, though. He stalled it!
Fuck you. He did it on as a kill switch.
Sure it was.
All right, we're gonna end this video here. The S14 we did fix, so what we're gonna do is deliver it back to the customer right now. It is 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday. And it doesn't break up, and that's pretty cool, but it is scary because, again, driving a car like this, I didn't build this car. So like whatever I touched and fixed, I actually fixed a lot more things when I was in there. So I don't know, I just don't trust cars that I didn't build, so I don't know.
Yeah, we did find the deeper you went, the more things you found were wrong. Yes. And you fixed those along the way, which is great. And again, it doesn't break up, but there's still a couple things that we noticed that need attention, but it's drivable right now and it absolutely rips.
It does rip.
Which is awesome. but it needs probably the clutch bled, the shifter messed with, maybe an alignment because it was shaking really bad on decel earlier.
I think I just slammed the brakes, causing some sort of weird shift in suspension, honestly. Like the weight transfer could have did something, I don't know. Something was really weird though, and that's another reason why I don't trust this car. And also the clutch needs to be bled. I could tell it needs to be bled. Third gear is really challenging to even find. So you can't really do second, third, fourth. You have to do third, fourth, fifth, which is cool, but like there's not a lot of roads around here to do third, fourth, fifth.
Yeah, by the time you're in fifth, you're doing well over.
You're across Florissant already.
Yeah,
so.
Right. You're in a different county because you're going so fast. So, and we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is technically fixed. We fixed the thing we set out to fix, and it does rip now, and it is drivable, and it sounds awesome. And we're gonna go deliver it back to the owner real quick, even though it's super late at night. Absolutely, absolutely.
So I'm gonna end this video here. I have a feeling we're gonna see this car again.
Yeah,
so,
hopefully we can get it back and do the review.
Yeah, like the real review.
But
and
this video of us fixing it is now over.
I'm gonna do, if we do a review on it, I want the clutch bled and I want the suspension gone over and an alignment because I did not trust that.
Yeah.
I have a baby. I care about my life. I really want to see my child grow up.
Yeah.
That's like super important to me. So although this is cool and fast, baby life,
baby
enjoying
is above that.
Everything. Yeah, everything above that.
Hopefully
And my wife. Don't forget my wife. I love my wife.
Oh my God.
But we're gonna make some money, deliver this thing, and we're ending this video here. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below and make fun of me because I made fun of myself throughout this whole process because it was fun but also challenging because I squeezed this in when I could, and I have a terrible schedule as it is. So yeah, I did my best. But anyway, goodbye.
We'll see you in the next one. You want to race? Hinks! My car's less likely to break down, so I'll take it. I'm winning! I get a cautious car.